You just shaved 500 miles off your engine's life. It wasn't the driving, it was the oil change you just finished. Right now, in total silence, microscopic damage is stealing years from your vehicle. While most drivers think they're saving their engine, they're actually triggering its most fragile moment. Today, we're revealing the hidden damage zone and the 60-second mistake that separates a 100,000-mile scrap heap from a 400,000-mile legend. The invisible execution oil changes feel safe, routine, harmless. You drain old oil, install a fresh filter, pour in new lubricant, and start the engine. Done. Except you just created the most dangerous moment in your engine's entire month, and you triggered it completely unaware. Professional mechanics see the aftermath weekly. Engines arrive at the shop with accelerated bearing wear, scored camshafts, stretched timing chains, and collapsed lifters. The owner always says the same thing. But I'm religious about my oil changes. Every 5,000 miles like clockwork. That's exactly the problem. They're changing the oil, but they're killing the engine every single time they do it. The damage is cumulative, silent, invisible to anyone not looking at internal engine components under magnification. But it's real, it's measurable, and it's preventable. The 60-second death zone. Let me walk you through exactly what happens inside your engine during a typical oil change. The version that's slowly destroying your engine right now. Second 0, you pull the drain plug. Oil pours out of the pan. But here's what most people don't realize. The oil doesn't just sit in the pan. It fills every passage, every gallery, every channel throughout your engine. When you drain the pan, you also drain the camshaft journals, crankshaft bearings, piston oil jets, timing chain guides, valve lifter bores, and turbocharger center section. All of these precision surfaces are now completely dry. Bare metal, no protection, waiting. Minute 5. You install a new filter, straight from the box, completely empty. Bone dry. That filter is now a hollow barrier between your oil pump and every critical component in your engine. Minute 8. You pour in fresh oil. It pools in the pan at the bottom of the engine. Meanwhile, up top, your camshafts are still dry. Your timing chain tensioners are still empty. Your turbo shaft is still exposed. Minute 10, you start the engine. Here's where the damage happens. The oil pump immediately starts spinning, trying to pull oil from the pan. But first, it has to fill that empty filter. Then it has to push oil through dozens of narrow passages against spring pressure and gravity. Then it finally has to build enough pressure to form a protective film on bearing surfaces. This process takes 4 to 8 seconds in most engines. Longer in engines with longer oil galleries or complex variable valve timing systems. During those 4 to 8 seconds, your engine is running completely dry, metal grinding on metal, camshaft lobes dragging across lifter faces with zero cushion, crankshaft journals spinning against bearing surfaces with nothing but air between them, timing chains slapping against guides with no damping. Every revolution removes microscopic layers of metal. Those layers never come back. Do this 30 times over 150,000 miles, and you've artificially aged your engine by the equivalent of 50,000 to 80,000 hard miles. Why your engine ages faster than it should? Most drivers think engine wear happens gradually over time. They picture slow, even degradation spread across thousands of miles of driving. The reality is completely different. Engine wear is catastrophically concentrated in specific moments. Cold starts. When oil has drained back to the pan overnight, high-load situations. When oil film breaks down under extreme pressure, after oil changes, when the entire oil system is empty and dry. Of these three, the post-oil change period is the most preventable and the most ignored. Think about it this way. If you change your oil every 5,000 miles and drive 150,000 miles, you'll perform 30 oil changes. If each oil change subjects your engine to 8 seconds of dry running, that's 240 seconds. 4 full minutes of metal-on-metal contact concentrated in moments of high vulnerability. 4 minutes doesn't sound like much until you realize that's 4 minutes with zero lubrication, while components are moving at thousands of RPM. 4 minutes of damage that would normally take years to accumulate. Fleet managers and racing teams understand this. That's why their engines routinely reach 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles. They've eliminated the post-oil change damage zone entirely through proper procedures. Regular drivers, they keep repeating the same destructive cycle, wondering why their engine needs major repairs at 120,000 miles. The compounding effect. Here's what makes this worse. The damage compounds. The first oil change causes microscopic scoring on bearing surfaces. Not enough to create noise or vibration, just enough to roughen the surface slightly. The next oil change builds on that damage. The surface gets rougher. Oil film becomes harder to maintain. Wear accelerates. By oil change number 15, those bearing surfaces look like they've been sandblasted under magnification. By oil change 25, you're getting low oil pressure warnings. By oil change 30, you're looking at complete bearing failure. The engine never had a chance. It was dying slowly, one oil change at a time, from damage that was completely preventable. The filter factor. Nobody talks about. Let's talk about what happens with that oil filter, because this is where most of the damage gets locked in. You install a dry filter. The rubber gasket is dry. The filter element inside is dry. The entire canister is empty. When you start the engine, the oil pump has to overcome all that empty space before any oil reaches your bearings. Professional mechanics pre-fill every oil filter before installation. They pour fresh oil directly into the filter until it's 3/4 full. This does something critical. It cuts the dry start window from 8 seconds down to 2 or 3 seconds. That 5-second difference might not sound significant, but at 1,000 RPM idle speed, that's over 80 full crankshaft rotations with 0 lubrication versus about 35 rotations. The cumulative difference over 30 oil changes is enormous. Fleet operations that pre-fill filters report measurably longer engine life. We're talking 100,000 to 150,000 extra miles before major component wear becomes significant. Engines that don't get pre-filled filters show premature camshaft wear, noisy lifters, and timing chain stretch appearing 60,000 to 80,000 miles earlier. One simple habit. Massive difference in engine longevity. The RPM multiplier. Now let's talk about what happens if you make one additional mistake. Revving the engine immediately after starting it. Some people fire up the engine after an oil change and immediately rev it, thinking they're circulating the oil faster or clearing out the system. What they're actually doing is multiplying the dry start damage by a factor of 5 to 10. Here's why. At idle, your crankshaft spins at maybe 700 to 900 RPM. At 3,000 RPM, it's spinning more than 3 times faster. But the forces don't scale linearly, they scale exponentially. The friction between bearing surfaces, the load on cam lobes, the stress on timing chains, all of these increase dramatically with RPM. When you rev a dry engine, you're amplifying microscopic scratches into deep grooves. You're taking damage that would normally remain invisible and accelerating it to the point where it causes measurable wear in seconds instead of months. Mechanics can spot these engines immediately when they tear them down. The bearing surfaces show characteristic scoring patterns, deep directional scratches that only happen during high RPM operation with insufficient lubrication. These engines always have one thing in common: an owner who revved them immediately after oil changes. The wrong oil nightmare. Here's another way your engine is dying after every oil change. You're using the wrong oil viscosity, and you don't even know it. Your engine was engineered for a specific oil grade. That specification isn't a suggestion or a starting point. It's the result of thousands of hours of engineering testing to find the exact viscosity that provides optimal cold start flow, high temperature protection, and fuel economy. When you use thicker oil thinking it provides better protection, you're actually extending the dry start period. Thick oil flows slowly when cold. It takes longer to reach bearings. Those extra seconds of delay add up to significant additional wear. When you use thinner oil thinking it improves fuel economy, you're sacrificing high temperature protection. The oil film breaks down under load. Metal contact increases, wear accelerates. Mechanics see engines destroyed by wrong oil viscosity constantly. The owner swears they used premium synthetic, and then they did. They just used 10W40 in an engine designed for 5W30, And after 80,000 miles of cold start wear accumulation, the timing chain stretched, jumped time, and bent every valve in the engine. $8,000 in repairs because someone ignored the oil cap specification. When you use thinner oil thinking it improves fuel economy, you're sacrificing high-temperature protection. The oil film breaks down under load. Metal contact increases. Wear accelerates. Mechanics see engines destroyed by wrong oil viscosity constantly. The owner swears they used premium synthetic, and then they did. They just used 10W40 in an engine designed for 5W30, and after 80,000 miles of cold start wear accumulation, the timing chain stretched, jumped time, and bent every valve in the engine. $8,000 in repairs because someone ignored the oil cap specification. The overfill and underfill trap. Here's a mistake that's killing your engine even if you do everything else right. Incorrect oil level after the change. Most people add oil, check the dipstick once, see it's in the safe zone, and close the hood. But that reading is meaningless. The oil hasn't distributed throughout the engine yet. The filter is still filling. The galleries are still filling. The true level won't be accurate until the engine runs and everything settles. Underfill scenario. You add oil to the full mark on the dipstick. You start the engine. Oil rushes into the filter and throughout the engine. The pan level drops below minimum. Now your oil pump is sucking air along with oil. Air doesn't lubricate. Bearings start starving. Damage accumulates silently. Overfill scenario, you add too much oil. The crankshaft starts whipping the oil surface at the top of the pan, aerating it. Aerated oil doesn't provide proper lubrication pressure. It also creates excessive crankcase pressure, potentially blowing out seals. The engine runs rough, loses power, and accelerates wear. Professional mechanics always check the dipstick twice, once before starting the engine, and again after running it for 30 seconds and letting it settle for a minute. That second check reveals the real level. Too low, add more. Too high, drain some out. This one habit prevents catastrophic failures that masquerade as mysterious bad luck. The double gasket disaster. Let me describe a nightmare scenario that happens more often than anyone admits. The double gasket failure. You remove the old oil filter. The rubber gasket sticks to the engine block. You don't notice. You install the new filter, complete with its own gasket, right on top of the old one. Everything threads on smoothly. Everything seems normal. You add oil, you start the engine. Oil pressure builds rapidly, and then that doubled-up gasket fails, instantly. All your oil dumps onto the ground in about 10 to 15 seconds. The engine keeps running during those 15 seconds, completely dry, destroying bearings at a rate that would normally require years of abuse to achieve. By the time the oil pressure light illuminates, the damage is catastrophic and permanent. The solution takes 5 seconds. Run your finger around the oil filter mounting surface before installing the new filter. Feel for the old gasket. Remove it if it's there. This 5-second check has prevented more engine failures than any premium oil additive ever could. 5 seconds of checking versus $5,000 of repairs. The choice is obvious, but most people skip it. Outro. Your engine survived today, but will it survive your next oil change? You now have the knowledge to step out of the hidden damage zone and join the club of drivers hitting 400,000 miles. Don't let your friends kill their cars with kindness. Share this video with anyone who does their own maintenance. If this deep dive helped you understand your engine better, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a secret that keeps your car out of the shop and on the road. Thanks for watching, and remember, those first 60 seconds make all the difference.